Hi guys, and welcome back to another fly fishing video. So I've been kindly invited up to the River Wye by Sean Watkins, and hopefully I'm going to learn some new tips and tricks for fishing freestone rivers. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm joined by Sean Watkins. Sean, thanks for inviting me to your little bit of paradise. I cannot believe how beautiful it is here. It's stunning.
No problem.
So we're in the junction between the River Wye and the
Elan.
Elan.
Yeah.
Am I pronouncing that right? Because I do slaughter the Welsh language quite a lot.
Yeah, correct.
So we've already done a little bit of fishing this morning because it was bucketing with rain when we first started.
Yeah.
And what was fantastic was, I mean, I've been fishing rivers for about 20 years now, but I learned three things from Sean which has improved my fishing almost immediately. So the first thing, Sean, is you were watching how I was casting. To be fair, I've just rigged up a new nymphing setup, and it's Phipps Moosh legal, and I've got a new reel, the GMC semi-automatic. So it's a bit new to me. It was my casting that was going wrong, wasn't it?
Yeah, the more of a lob rather than a cast.
Yeah. So a grayling fisherman's cast, really.
Yeah,
and
heavy
that's what
cast.
I'm really.
Yeah. A few technical adjustments.
Yeah.
On the way you present the flies. Brought your targeting your nymphs 100% better on presentation.
Yeah, and I felt like the nymphs were getting better turnover, and just the secret to it was simply tucking the elbow in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And just using your wrist.
Yeah, use your elbow and the stop and target rather than a longer stroke.
It might seem like a little thing, but it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things. The other thing which was remarkable really was that the thing with the CDC.
Yeah.
And the Hunt's original powder.
Yeah.
So I would dry out the CDC and I would say that would do. And Sean said, oh no, you've got to get all the brown. It's got to be entirely white. That'll give you, might be microseconds, but it gives you that little bit longer for a trout to come and take the fly.
Yeah, the presentation, the profile for the presentation is far better.
Yeah.
And with CDC, any moisture left in the thorax or the body,
it's going to pull it down quicker.
I think the fish would take better with the fly sitting
right in that film.
Right in the film, especially upright olives, which we were targeting.
I took your rod, didn't I, after I snapped up on a fish with my own rod. Sean kindly gave me his dry fly rod and I had instant success, didn't I? It was almost instant, and it's a tip I'm going to take away for my own dry fly fishing.
Yeah.
You know, make sure all the colours out of it and the thing's completely white. Certainly with CDC.
There's definitely dry the fly 100%.
Yeah.
Just take the time.
I'll take that away. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of CDC because of the recovery time, you know.
Yeah.
It does take a while to recover these flies properly.
Yeah.
And you use the same stuff as me, don't you? The Hunt's powders.
Oh, brilliant, yeah.
It's superb. I really like it.
Yeah.
I've not found anything better.
No.
To be perfectly honest. And the third tip, which I don't know why I've never come across it. So bow and arrow casting, I just simply thought you had the fly in your hand, you got a bend in your rod and you flicked it out. But what Sean wanted me to do was to get across quite a fast technical piece of water, but I wasn't getting the distance. And he said, oh no, you need to get some slack in your line.
Yeah.
And could you just explain how that worked?
Pull off a metre of line, pinch the line in your two fingers, and then do your straight bow and arrow cast. And as soon as the bugs have got full
velocity
forward, loose go with the line. Simple as that.
Yeah, and what happens, it shoots out, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can go from a rod and a half length to 2.5 rod lengths of distance for your bugs.
And it made a difference.
In encroaching rivers that we're fishing at the moment, trees all around you, there's no way you get a cast in. And the places you can fish are places that someone wouldn't fish, if you can understand me.
And I think, well, Sean, you're a competition angler, aren't you? You fish for Wales, fished at European and world level.
Yeah.
And this is the difference between fishing gods and mere mortals. You know, you're going to these places where it's difficult to get your flies, and that's where the fish will be hiding, especially if the water's had pressure.
Yeah, that's it. The difficult cast usually gets you an easy fish, to be fair, because it's had no pressure.
The fish have probably never seen a fly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I've learned quite a lot already this morning, and I cannot wait for this afternoon. Conditions have been changeable, haven't they? So we started off in the pouring rain, we've had a bit of sunshine, the breeze is starting to get up a little, but it's a lot better than what we were expecting.
Yeah, I think we'll have fish again this afternoon. Real good morning.
Yeah, brilliant.
Nothing big, pound maybe.
Yeah.
But plenty of trout.
I'm not used to catching big fish, so I'm missing nothing, Sean. You know, I've never caught a huge fish off the river. I think my best would have been in Slovenia, around 7.5, 8 pound.
Yeah.
That was just some big stupid stockfish. But to be fair, it was my first ever fishing trip, so it's memorable to me.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So what we're going to do next, folks, is we're going to get a bit of lunch, and then we're going to head downstream, aren't we?
Downstream,
and hopefully we'll show you some more fishing action. This is a lovely spot, isn't it? It's absolutely stunning.
There's a good chance of a big brown as well.
Well, what an absolutely fantastic day it's turned out. The sun's shining, the river's at a fantastic level, and Sean and I have fished from the Red House just up. We had a few fish in the pool at the start. We walked past some riffly water, gave it a couple of odd casts, but we've reached this pool here and we must have taken about a dozen fish. We've had grayling to 57, 58 centimetres, and we've had a cracking brown trout out of the water as well. It's fishing its head off. So we had a bit, when we first arrived at the pool, we were catching on dry fly, and I was rigging up duo at the time, and Sean said, forget the duo, just go with a straight dry, which is quite difficult in this downstream wind to get a good presentation, but we both still caught several fish. And then once the dry fly finished up, we went to the double nymph and we just continued catching. So in the head, as you work your way up the pool, we've had to heavy up the flies, and we've gone from 3mm up to 3.5, and I think the brown trout took a 4mm bead. You've got to get it down to where the fish are feeding, and we seem to be doing that quite well because we're catching plenty of fish. Well, Sean, what an amazing afternoon. What do you put the success down to?
Being able to change your techniques quickly when you see them on the dries, the wind drops, the sun goes in, you'll see the fish come up, changing to the nymph, changing to the duo, being able to multiple rods set up, so you've got quick change around for techniques. I think the hatches on the Wye are just starting to kick off as they should. The sedges are starting to move, so the main of our grayling and trout are switching on heavily into feed. I think the upper Wye is still pretty well untouched compared to the lads down on the bottom on the lower beats. The clarity of the water, as you see today, is very good. We've got a high head of trout and grayling.
Well, I can't believe just how much we've had out of, I don't know, it can be no more than 40 feet of water.
Yeah, the pools in front of you like this hold a lot of trout. Grayling finished spawning and they're switching on, so it's a bit of a fight between the trout and the grayling
they're starting to compete for food.
Yeah, for the dry fly, which you're gonna hit grayling anyway, no matter what.
Yeah, and we've had some lumpers.
Yeah, been good fishing. Can't really fault the day, really.
It's been perfect.
Exceptional.
Thoroughly enjoyable.
Yeah.
So we're going to sign off now and head up to another section. I'd like to take just a second to show you how beautiful the Welsh Wye is. that's the end of my Wye River fishing adventure. And Sean, I can't thank you enough for having me up as a guest, and please thank Rachel. I've been treated like a lord while I've been here. It's been fantastic.
Anytime, mate, anytime.
Yeah, I mean, the fishing yesterday is probably the best river fishing I've had in a few good years.
Yeah.
It was outstanding, and we employed different tactics to get fish, and you sharpened up my game considerably, actually, with just a couple of simple tips.
Yeah, the dry fly was exceptional yesterday.
Yeah, I think because we had that warmer afternoon, it really did work out, didn't it?
Today was more a bug-in and duo, but
we did get them on the dries.
We had
even
fish
in
on
the
dries, yeah, but yesterday was exceptional for...
Yeah. Really good. I mean, that pool, it just kept on giving. Every time we thought we'd move on, we'd catch another fish.
Yeah.
And we weren't both fishing at the same time. We would fish, and then the other would wait.
Yeah.
And they never had to wait very long, is what I would say. It was excellent.
Fish for fish, and 3 or 4 different methods, and everything in its time was working.
Yeah, I think the only thing we didn't do was wet fly. We didn't fish wets, did we? But that was probably the only thing we didn't try, and I think that would have worked as well.
Yeah, wets, team of spiders would have worked,
And today, what's happened, we've come down to the river again, and I got up very early in the morning, had a lovely walk along the river bank. I put the drone up for a while, and it was beautiful. As soon as we got to the river, the cloud cover came over. There was a cold wind.
Yeah.
And it did knock anything that was hatching off, didn't it?
Yeah, it dropped to 11, 12 degrees. Yesterday was about 16.
Yeah.
And made a difference for the hatch.
It's a massive drop, that, isn't it, really?
But they're still feeding on the bugs, though.
We went down to quite a slow, it looked perfect for dry fly, and we did pick a couple up there, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then we've moved up and fished, well, just in front here. Yeah. We took fish again on the dry, and then after that we went to the bugs and continued to catch.
Yeah, now it's warming up a tiny bit. The hatch is just starting to come off. Small olives, pale water is.
Yeah, there's some birds actually working the water a little bit now, and sadly I'm going to have to pack up my kit and make the drive back, but it's been outstanding. I was saying to Sean, I've travelled European destinations, I've been to America, but this place is pretty hard to beat. It's absolutely beautiful. And the 2 days I've been here and all the banks I've covered, I've not seen one scrap of litter anywhere, nothing.
No. Pristine.
Not even a fag butt. There's nothing.
No.
It's just kept beautiful.
Yeah.
And I hope it remains that way, Sean.
That's it, yeah. Look after it, and it's a jewel, really.
Yeah, absolutely. An untapped jewel.
Yeah.
And you do a bit of guiding on the river, don't you?
I guide on several beats around here.
Yeah.
Been guiding for quite a long time now.
Yeah. Do you quite enjoy it?
Yeah.
It's quite satisfying getting somebody into the sport and then guiding them onto a fish.
Yeah. They're a lot of people can be set in their ways, and then a few new techniques to show them, and they're rejuvenated.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I said to Sean, there was a phrase in education that knowledge is a barrier to learning, because if you think you know everything, you won't bother trying to improve. But even in a day and a half here with you, there's a couple of things that I think I've picked up on.
We both learn things. I learned things off you, and you've picked a couple of tips up.
Yeah, and I think if you're opening yourself up to new ideas and new methods, you will improve.
Definitely.
So next time you're out, make sure you try and give something new a go. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Or Lindsay, I'm a big brown. Keep him in the pool, Linz. Oh, wait up. You okay, mate? Okay?
Yeah.
Still got the fish, that's the important thing.
Absolutely.
He's a beauty. You got him?
Cool. Oh, that's awesome, mate. Look at that.
That's a better mark.
See him?
Yeah, he's a lump. He's a lump.
Oh, he's beautiful.
Yeah. They fight, don't they?
Oh, once they get going.
Keep him in the pool, Lens. Don't let him go down that shallow. He'll be down the bottom. Lovely fish, mate. Lovely fish.
Oh, he's a stonker.
No bell, no. Goodbye. No bell. Ho, ho, ho.